time trialling, a sport where cheating the wind is the biggest factor. And to help do that, here we have the Nopinz Pro-1 Speedsuit. This is an all-in-one piece time trial suit designed to help you go faster. Here it is, this is my time trial suit, and I really like the white on blue, but when you go to a race, you see these literally everywhere, and there's a reason for it. And the first reason is the price. So this retails for £159, and compared to a lot of other skin suits, that's a really good price. So in terms of an entry-level speed suit, it's a good price. Or if you're just testing the waters in time trialing and you don't know if you want to get into it fully, I also think it's better to go cheaper, and this suit helps you achieve that. Secondly, for the price, you get a very reputable brand, which is Nopinz. So Nopinz are known for their very fast, very aerodynamic suits. So you would assume that even the cheaper version, which is this one, is a very fast skin suit and would challenge probably some of the £200, £300, £400 skin suits out there. Why don't we talk about the fit? So the fit, for me, I've actually gone for a medium here, and I went for a medium because it was based around my chest size. So I'm 192 centimeters tall, but I have a chest size of 99 centimeters in circumference. And when I actually gave them a call to try and get the right size, they were really helpful. They quite literally said, go with your chest size because the rest of the material will stretch to the length of your body. So it's actually very stretchy. The length of the arms and the legs isn't a problem. And to assist with that length, they also have silicone, which is around the edge of the arms and the legs here. And the silicone helps maintain the length of the stretch, so you can keep the skin suit over as much skin as possible. I'm glad I called them up, and they actually went for the right choice going for the medium. So I would go for the chest size if you're buying one of these suits. The silicone itself, that has been sitting around the edges, it's been going for about 1.5 to 2 years now, this time trial suit, and the silicone hasn't really degraded at all. It's not really coming off, so I think that looks great still. So it seems to be quite durable, this suit. I will also give you a closer look of the silicone here. So it seems to be doing well. I usually only wash this at 30 degrees. The only bit that's struggling there is just on the inside here where it's close to the seam, but otherwise it's still really functional, and the same goes for the arms. The only place where I'd say this suit suffers in terms of the fit is probably around the shoulders. So right on the top here, the material does bunch when you go into that shrugged position. So I'll try and find a picture of it here so you can see the bunching around the shoulders. And I know you want a smooth flow everywhere, although hopefully it's just one small area so it won't impact the aerodynamics of the suit too much. Even with the extra thickness around the neck, I think it's necessary to help hold the time trial suit nice and high and nice and tight, especially so it's not letting any air inwards and it's diverting flow around the body. So even with the thickness and the tightness, I don't really get any chafing. I will say after a 40-kilometer time trial, so 56 minutes or so, there is a bit of redness around my neck when I unzip the suit, but really I don't really feel it when I'm time trialing. After I've taken it off, the redness is gone in like 30 minutes, so I don't think the chafing is that bad, to be honest. The chamois. The chamois is a really important part of any bib short or suit because it's going to really aid with the comfort of your time trialing experience. And for me, this chamois is brilliant. So when I've bought a lot of bib shorts in the past, the chamois is too high up the butt and you're not really sitting on the chamois at all. There's no padding underneath where you need the padding. It's just sitting too high on the butt. Whereas this, it's a lot further underneath, and when you're in the time trial position, you're much further over. You need the chamois to be further forward and tucked under where your pubis sits and where your pubis and your ischium meet on your pelvis. And this chamois does that really well for me. The density, it has a really nice density as well, and it hasn't actually lost any of its bounce or spring in the 1.5 years that I've had it. So for me, I've had a really good experience with the chamois. If I had to summarise the chamois, I would say it's thick and dense in all the right places and it sits in the right position. The number pocket. So the number pocket sits on the back of the suit here, and for me this is a brilliant solution for time trialing. So the name of the company is called Nopinz, as it suggests, you need no pins. There's no number on the back flapping around, and this will provide an aerodynamic advantage to your time trialling. Especially for the price, for £160, you actually will not find any other time trial suit that will provide a number pocket for you for that kind of price. So I think that's a massive advantage to this suit. And secondly, it helps the number look great, it looks sleeker, so I like the number pocket. In terms of putting the number in the number pocket, I usually have the suit down to my waist and I either stuff it in myself, which usually works, it's a bit fiddly, but it's easy enough to get in yourself, or sometimes I usually just go up to someone and ask them to put the number in for me, and it takes about 10-15 seconds. It's really quick, really easy, and it actually saves you time at the start of the time trial as well as on the time trial, without having to faff around putting the number on. In terms of colour options, these are great looking suits. So they don't actually sell the white and blue anymore, but they still have a bunch of great options sitting there on the website, which I like the look of most of their colour options. Storage, there's no storage pockets on the back of here, just the number pocket, and rightly so, it's a time trial, you don't need to bring anything with you. For me, what I do is I just tend to, with my car key, I just tend to stuff it inside the chest area because it's a bit more protected, it's out the way, so I keep my car key in my chest. And sometimes if it's a cooler race, so you'll be doing it closer towards the start of the year, February, March time, I'll usually wear gloves to the start of the race, and I will just take the gloves and also put them in the top there and just leave it sitting underneath and just take them back out afterwards. If we take a closer look at the material here, we can see what it's like. So the top and the bottom have two different materials, and the top even has two materials, so you could say three. To start off, around the neck, you can see that it's a bit thicker here, just so it's a tighter band to keep it tight around your neck, to make sure airflow is diverted around the body. Then if we get to off the shoulders into the arm section here, you have this thinner material that does seem to have a pattern in there, so I would imagine it would help trip some air still and keep it attached to the arm. But also this is more ventilated than this material down here, so it actually does help with cooling a little bit. And then if we do move down, you've got more trip flow around the arms there, and you've got more trip flow around the body. Then if we slide down to the legs, you have this really nice material here. I actually love this stuff, it feels super durable. I did get a tear in it, which I will show you later in the video, but this stuff feels absolutely amazing, and I think the tear was down to heat, which I'll explain later. But it looks great. They also have these small triangle trip flows, they're very small, but I'd imagine they do help a little bit, and the material feels amazing. The suit is nice and tight everywhere, and the material seems durable, so it will hold you in tighter, and I do actually think pulling everything in tighter will help reduce your frontal area, which will then in turn help you go faster. Negative to this skin suit. So all in all, I can't really report on any negatives that I've had. I think it's been a great skin suit the whole time. There is one thing that happened, however, and I got a tear on the left leg, and it came just above the decal here. So right here we have a close-up, and it's really hard to tell that there was a tear right here now, but what I believe had happened is I would assume they used something warm or something hot to apply these decals because they feel a bit more plasticky, and possibly this part of the system was left in there for just a little bit too long. So slowly over time that tore and the hole got bigger and bigger along the side there. In terms of fixing the suit, I didn't think it was worthy throwing away a perfectly good race suit for just one small tear, so I thought maybe I could sew it up myself. So I emailed them, I said, what's the best way to approach this? And they said actually this is something that they could repair. It would cost them 25 quid because they have to pay the seamstress, which I think is fair, and I must say they did a really good job on this suit. I can actually barely tell that it's there, and if you look on the other side, they've just got this small circle placed in there, and that's all that you can see from it really. It doesn't give me any discomfort from racing on it anymore. It just almost looks like it's brand new. So if you do get a small tear in the suit or something happens, just email them and I'm sure they could fix it or repair it for you, and that'll be a lot cheaper than buying a new one. To conclude, I think that this is a really great skin suit. I think it's very comfortable. I think it hugs the body very well. And I also believe that it will be matching a lot of more expensive time trial suits very closely in terms of aerodynamic gains, just because of the reputation of the company and the quality of the suit itself. I can 100% recommend this skin suit if you're just getting into time trialing or you need a more budget-friendly option to a skin suit. I hope you have found what I have learnt from this skin suit very useful and you can use it in your own future purchasing decisions. Thank you for watching, goodbye.